Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I really am hoping that we get our destroyers good to go this episode. I think that's definitely going to happen, right? Surely that's definitely going to happen this episode. So we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves passive sonar. Beautiful. That'll be done in 102 days. Advanced light batteries will finish up in 33, and our destroyer hull in 87. So we're going to send one down this line here, one research slot, one down this line, and one down this line for the time being. And then whatever finishes first, which I think will end up being this. Actually, it might be active sonar. We'll backtrack and grab smoke generators. So that's all fine. And then once we have that, we'll have, in theory, everything down this way. I mean, we're lacking a lot of statistical upgrades. That's for sure. But that's okay. No problem whatsoever there. We'll get those later on. So advanced light battery is going to be done in just 23 days here. Of course, not a lot going on over here. Let's check in on the status of the war. There's been basically no change here in the North American Union, or the North American Association, rather, pushing into the Central Powers. None at all. The Central Powers are still pushing into the Fourth International, and into the Allies down here. The Pact of Rome is kind of stagnating for the moment. And that's great. We're really, really happy about that one. So that's all absolutely fantastic. The real question now is, where are we going to get the steel and the manpower for our destroyers? I don't know the answer to that one just yet. How are we doing on our current cruiser production? We actually are producing one. Last I knew, we were waiting on manpower to deploy it, but that's fine. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to move all of these into the reserve fleet. Or actually, this is reasonably fine for now. We have 5 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers. Now, keep in mind, we're not differentiating between heavy cruisers and light cruisers in the way that I'm thinking about this Navy. I'm just thinking cruisers. I'm not thinking light versus heavy. And that's maybe something that we should be thinking about. I don't know. We'll see. In terms of our tanks, we actually have tanks stored now. We have no deficit of tanks, and they are currently stored. So that's wonderful. We did finish up our final battery, so that's great. And next, no, we're not going to do the 1940 cruiser hull just yet. We'll get there. Okay. So we're going to grab the depth charge thrower. Do we want to get the bonus? Honestly, I think that's worthwhile. We'll get that done. I want to get these researches done fast, after all. So that'll be great. This is actually the next one that will be finished. Cool. And then 50 days and 50 days? Sure. That's probably all reasonably worthwhile. This is not because we already have a boost. But that's fine. Now, we're not that concerned about the airplane catapult. We're probably going to end up skipping that one because we're going to have standard carriers. So that'll be fine. Excellent. So we've got a little bit of time until that research finishes up here. We do have an available war goal, and we're not going to be going after Japan just yet. We definitely want to have at least a couple carrier groups before we do that. So the 1940 destroyer hull is going to be finishing up here, and we're going to be repurposing all of our existing... Oh, what's going on here? The game stopped responding for a moment, and that probably means there's a big capitulation happening. Yes. The Soviets capitulated. I'm not surprised about that, in all honesty. That may mean that the Pact of Rome is going to take substantial gains here. Maybe. But we'll see. We will see. So we're going to be done with our depth charge researches here in 32 days, and then 35 for our destroyer hull. So that's not too bad. We can get a land doctrine here? Yes. And we definitely should. We'll grab tactical control. Cool. And we can also continue working on our air doctrine, except that that's all maxed out. So that's not an issue for the moment. Cool. Hey, 276 manpower. It was instantly gone. That's not shocking. Not shocking at all. Our manpower is absolutely our main problem right now, which is why we want to attack the Pact of Rome, to be clear. Okay, that's all still part of Central Powers. Fascinating. So the Central Powers are currently focusing on India. I'm a little surprised Japan isn't grabbing territory up here, because there's no way Central Powers has troops up there. But I guess they think that that's not worthwhile, which it probably isn't, in all honesty. That's probably super not worthwhile. What is this indicator here? I'm not sure. Oh, indicating that this has been completed, probably? Yeah. That's what that was. Fine. We're currently short on chromium. Okay, we'll take some from Turkey. There we go. No problem there. And that does, of course, mean that we are working on our tanks just fine. No problem there. Cool. So depth charge throwers will be finishing up in 9 days. German Basque Country has capitulated to the British Empire. That's interesting. So the British Empire has made landfall over here. We'll see how successful they are if they manage to push out of here. That'd be very good if they did. Good for us, that is. We're a little bit scared of the Central Powers at the moment. There's no doubt about that one. But we'll see. Depth charge thrower is going to finish up in 4 days here. That is one great Mongolian state there. It's very great. An absolutely amazing Mongolian state, I'm sure. We've never looked at it, but I'm sure that it's just tremendously amazing. There's our depth charge thrower finishing up. And we are, of course, next... If I can get out of here. We're, of course, next going to go for our depth charge mortar. And I'm going to spend naval experience on that as well. Cool. The destroyer hull finishes up in 1 day here. And then we're going to get our top-level destroyer hull researching. Cool. So that'll be 136 days. If I can get it to go. There we go. Fantastic. And then 14 days on passive sonar. Not too bad there. I'm wondering if Japan is not at war with Germany. Well, that answers that question. Okay. So they definitely are at war with Germany. Cool. And it looks like the landing down over here is getting crushed. I'm not super shocked about that one, but that's okay. Cool. So how are we doing logistically right now, other than manpower? Obviously, our manpower is hot garbage. We don't need light tanks, obviously. We currently don't really need convoys either. But logistically, we're looking okay for the moment. Cool. Ireland has capitulated to the British Empire. They were part of the North American Association. Oh, wait. Wait. That's actual progress for the North American Association. Would you look at that? Okay, I guess they're being pulled over this way to deal with the Allies, and they're kind of lessening up on this here. And now there's fighting up here happening as well. Cool. That's very, very good. Now, of course, we did just finish up our passive sonar, and we'll grab active sonar next. There we go. And I want to check in on our engineering here. Yeah, we didn't grab all of the radar. And we also didn't grab the advanced fire control system. We're going to want to grab, I think, all of the radar as well as the advanced FCS here. Yeah. For sure. But that is, again, well, that is a component. So we're going to want to grab that fairly soon. Okay. I mean, depth charge mortar is going to be done in just 26 days here. So we're going to, from there, well, we're going to grab the improved depth charge mortar, for sure. That's definitely going to happen. So once we finish up active sonar is going to grab the advanced FCS. So that'll be okay. That'll be in 56 days. No big deal there. 110 days until our destroyer hull is done, and we want to have all of the researches, or rather all of the components available by then. That's our kind of our goal here. Now, I don't think that the radar enables improved decimetric naval search radar. Okay, so radar does give us parts. Yes. So we definitely want to work our way down this. That's for sure. That means that we're not going to have all of the parts unlocked, but radar on destroyers, I think, is not so much of a thing. We can double check that. Let's hop into here, work on a quick destroyer hull variant here. And let's see here. Torpedo launchers, anti-submarine warfare, radar or sonar. Okay, so we're fine just going for radar here. Cuba has been atomically bombed. Okay. Well. Kaboom. Somebody really doesn't like this section of Cuba existing. Okay. Probably the US doing that, if I had to guess. We have a division here. That surprises me. Okay. I mean, this one has no troops right now. Huh. I wonder if we are getting that bug then. Interesting. And it's just immediately using up the manpower? Because we have greater need of it than we did with Brazil? I don't know. That's very interesting. We're getting more manpower than I think we are then. For sure. That's definitely a true. That's not how words work. Definitely a true? Yeah, that's not how words work. Fantastic. We're definitely getting more manpower than 276 per month, though, right? Because if we look at this, 4687, and this one has 9104. This one has 0 right now. But we're definitely getting more than 276 per month. I'm seeing 276 per month pop in here. But that must be some sort of a display bug. Okay, we are lacking in supplies out over here. I would love to build a supply depot right here. Done. Now, building it right on this railway line like this, will it auto-connect? I don't know. That's an interesting question. We'll find out. That will definitely be fascinating to know. No doubt about that. So our active sonar will be done in 25 days. Once that is done, we can go for the FCS. And again, our destroyers are going to be used for anti-mine and anti-submarine warfare. That's the point of our destroyers. So we'll get those done here soon. India is definitely seeing losses over here. The North American Association has been pushed back again. Okay. And of course, this is no longer under British control. So they weren't able to maintain that. Fantastic. We're just going to be banking up a lot of political power here. There's no doubt about that one. Okay. So yeah, we're short on manpower here, but... Well, we got 276, and it went into this division. Okay. That's definitely very interesting. I do believe we're getting more than 276, but the question is what exactly causes it. I never figured that out with the Brazil game. So we'll see if we can figure that one out in this one. But for now, we're gonna get this supply depot built. An active sonar will wrap up in 3 days here. So that's great. We're also going to be getting our advanced FCS as soon as this is done. Because this is all of our top-level destroyer research finishing up. So we're going to hop over here and we're going to grab the improved fire control system we already have. But we want the advanced fire control system. That'll be done in 68 days, so it'll not quite be ready in time. And then I'm going to have this slot here be working on our radar systems. And we can also build radar over here. Actually, we could probably do that now, can't we? Yes, we can. So we can get to work on that. And I'm going to queue this up at the top of our positions here. But that's not necessarily where we're going to want it to be, because I want this to be at the top. Okay, there we go. So that'll be fine. 12 more days on our improved depth charge mortar. Cool. And that will, of course, be very good against submarines. And we'll get our destroyers being created soon. We're going to repurpose our existing cruiser line for destroyers, and that'll be fine. No problem whatsoever there. But that won't happen for another 58 days here. Because we definitely... Well... Hang on. Do destroyers have FCSs? We should figure that out. Let's see here. Yes. We can put in a fire control system or a sonar. But if we do that, then we can't put the sonar in here. So we'd be best off putting in the fire control here, and then the sonar here, like this. Torpedo launcher 1, huh? Hang on a moment. Is there something that is, like, here? Yes. So we need to also work on getting this done. For some reason, I thought that this was unique to submarine, but it is not. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to finish up our improved depth charge mortar in 1 day here. There we go. And we are not going to do that. We are, of course, going to start working on our improved ship torpedo launcher. Now, that's a ways out at 102 days, for sure. Let's take a quick look at what our hypothetical destroyers might look like armament-wise. So we definitely want to have maximum depth charges, for sure. We also want to have minesweeping gear on here. Okay, and then we can put in a, let's see, a dual-purpose battery might not be the worst idea. That'll allow us to have both light attack and anti-air. And then this slot is only anti-air. If that's only anti-air, then we probably want to end up going for like a light battery 4. Something like this. Our FCS is, of course, going to be a top level, not sonar, a top level FCS that we can't do just yet. We'd have active sonar, and then torpedoes would be our top tier engine. Or rather, our top tier torpedoes. Okay, so we need to get our torpedoes done, for sure, before we can get that underway. For some reason, I completely missed the fact that torpedoes are used on things other than submarines. I have no explanation for this. Cool. So let's take a look at our construction here. This isn't done yet. That will be done in a month. Okay. I wanted to see if that would automatically connect, and we are going to check in on that soon. Our destroyer hull is going to be done in 25 days. That's our next upgrade. So once the destroyer hull finishes, and that enables the 5,000 SHP engine. Ship horsepower? I'm not sure what that S stands for. Presumably something like ship horsepower. So that'll give us a level 4 engine. That's great. We saw that our destroyer, as it was going to cost us like 25 naval experience. That's really not very much. But we'll get this done. Here in another 15 days. Let's check in on the war situation. Not a lot of movement in the Pact of Rome right now, but I think that the Central Powers might be working on them. They're not really working here. We can see that the North American Association has gotten additional progress over here. We'll see if they get pushed out of that again. They pushed out and then immediately got pushed back there. They're trying. They're definitely trying. Ah, Cuba is part of the Central Powers. That's interesting. Okay, that's fine. That is completely fine. Destroyer Hull 4 will be done in 9 days here. Make that 8. And we do definitely need radar eventually. But I think we're going to go for submarines next, is the plan here. And I was hoping that we'd end up getting more dockyards. I was planning on doing more region-wide industrial integration to get us more dockyards. Sadly, that didn't happen, so we're going to be pretty stretched thin as far as dockyards go. At least until we convert things over, right? So that's definitely going to be interesting. 2 days left on our destroyer hull. So that finishes up right about now. Cool. So with that done, that means that all of this is now completed. We can come down here and start working on these statistical upgrades if we wanted to. But I think that what we need more than anything is A, to finish our torpedoes, and B, to work on our radar. So we're going to grab decimetric radar. And that'll be great. Our advanced FCS will be done in 13 days. Now, we know that we don't need radar to get our destroyers done, but we do need our upgraded torpedoes. So sadly, we're not quite going to get there this episode because I didn't realize we needed torpedoes still. But we'll definitely get there next episode. There's no doubt about that one in my mind. We will 100% get there next episode. Spicy. And with all of these boilerplate upgrades done, we'll be able to work our way through the other ship types very quickly. Like, look how quickly we'll be able to make our way through carriers here. That's going to be 306 days. Like, that's super quick. In fact, we might want to do that right now. Potentially. And we never grab smoke generators either, but we will come back to that. Like, cruisers will be super quick as well. Advanced FCS finishes up. And from there, I think that what we end up going for... Yeah, these are all going to go so fast. With the possible exception of submarines. I mean, even that one won't be too bad. Let's start to work on carriers. Cool. Those are going to take a long time to build. and we're just going to get that started. We need to finish up our torpedo launchers and our radar, and we can also start to work on our battleships, which are just going to be primarily focused on, like, damage output. Just raw damage output would be the idea. Okay. So that's all great, and we'll get the battleships done soon enough. Cruisers are going to be our anti-air we talked about, so cruisers are going to have to wait until radar is done. That's for sure. Of course, we also want radar on our carriers. And potentially on our battleships as well. The only one we really want sonar on, I feel like, is going to be our destroyers. And submarines. We probably want sonar on our submarines as well. So that'll be fine. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will definitely 1,000,000% have our destroyers good to go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Kentuin, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Elmichi Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Cambrin, Martin Lawrence, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.